Hey there guys, welcome back to the podcast, myself Joseph Clough. For more information about me, go ahead and visit my website, josephclough.com, and also Facebook, which is facebook.com/josephsfanpage and twitter.com/josephclough. Now today I want to talk to you about why positive thinking might not always get your results. And we can say to ourselves, well, I'm a very positive person, and I just don't understand why I'm not achieving this type of success that I want in relation to the thoughts that I have, because I'm always thinking positively. Now, to me, we can think consciously positively. So we can be very positive on a conscious level. But there are other factors that we have to become aware of in order to make sure we get the goals that we want. Because the conscious mind is only so much energy, and then we also have the unconscious mind. And usually, more often than not, I mean, if you think of like an iceberg, if you're on the boat, you may see the tip of the iceberg, but beneath it, you've got all the massive ice below it. Now think of the tip of the iceberg being your conscious mind. We can have all that wonderful conscious awareness of where we're heading and being positive, but if our unconscious mind, which is beneath the surface, submerged under the water, isn't truly aligned, then therefore we're not going to be able to get the success as quickly as we'd wish. But that's okay though, because I want to be able to teach you how you can actually get clear. Now most of the time, if you think of the unconscious mind, it holds things like our memories, our beliefs, the decisions that we've made, our perception of what we think is true for us, whether we think we're right or wrong, all those kind of mindsets and perceptions. And as I said, we can consciously want something, but if our unconscious mind is holding back on achieving it, it means we're not completely aligned consciously and unconsciously. And I want to talk to you about how we can actually let go of those. One thing is by allowing the conscious mind, or the unconscious mind, to be conscious of the conscious mind's thoughts. So ultimately to be clear at that unconscious level. Now, when we think of our intentions for success, our goals for success, we can say, well, my intentions are to have this amazing relationship, or to progress in my career, or to have financial abundance, or to heal myself, or to be absolutely healthy. We can have the most wonderful intentions and it'll absolutely have an effect on going toward your goals. I'm not doubting that for one moment. But I want you to consider, consciously and unconsciously, something what I like to call is anti-intentions. Now let me explain what I say what an anti-intention is. Most of the time, when we think of our goal or outcome, we think of what it will get us. So we can say, well, it's going to get me that health, or it's going to get me that relationship, or I'm going to attract more money, and that means I get the holidays, or I have that financial security. If I have that relationship, I can really be happy and have these wonderful shared experiences with this loved one of mine. So we can think of all these wonderful reasons as to why we want what we want, which is great. That gives us motivation, it gives us the drive and the reasoning behind why we want what we want. But I also want you to be clear and remember that for everything that you achieve, the chances are there might be something which may be negative on your life. So let me explain that so I'm really, really clear. And I'll give you a real life example. This is my own present issue which I'm working on. I'm away at the moment and I wanted to really focus upon this issue. And let me lay it out to you. I love connecting with all you guys. Now, on the Facebook, I get lots of interaction with you. I get on my, now with like the Facebook pages, now they've made the change, you have the opportunity to email me on there. So I get lots and lots of emails from people, which I absolutely love. I love helping people, so that's not a problem at all. And also, the same goes for Twitter. So communicating on Twitter, I'm here to support you. And then we have the emails that I get, and I get many, many emails every day. And all these interactions can be things about saying, thanks for the work that I've done. It can be about questions. It can be about advice. It can be about technical issues as well. Now, thankfully, I've managed to clear up most of the technical issues with an autoresponder, but here's my problem. Here's how I see this present issue in my life. I have big goals. I want to transform as many people as possible. I want to help so many people in the world. I want to be able to affect and help millions and millions of people. That's my goal in life. That's my mission. One of my missions, in fact, is to ultimately expand the mind and to transform an inner healing for you. That is like one of my personal missions, like to expand and heal. And by heal, I mean healing yourself to be your true self, or awakening yourself, you could say. So, let's put it this way. Right now, I get all these emails, which I love. But my present situation is, my goals are to help millions and millions of people, rather thousands of people I'm doing right now. But that will mean, ultimately, my emails will increase. My interactions will increase. The advice that I give will increase, whether it be on Facebook, email, or Twitter. So you may be able to see the problem now that I'm going to be able to, or at the present moment, I feel the more I help in the world, the chances are it's going to lessen my ability to contact with everyone who contacts me anyway. And to me, that's one of those things that I love. I love speaking to you guys, and I want to be there for you and really help you. But the conflict is, the more people I help, the more questions that I receive. So therefore, I'm not going to be able to answer or advise every person who contacts me, which is a problem. I mean, it's a quality problem because it means ultimately I'm helping far more people. So that's a good thing. If I'm helping the millions of people, then I know that's good, and that is a sacrifice. So one of the things I'm doing while I'm in Thailand is thinking of ways of how I can get that balance. But here's the thing, what I mean about anti-intentions. Maybe there's a part of me holding myself back because I don't want to lose that control of helping people on a connection level. So it's like I'm not completely aligned in a way of helping millions of people because I feel I'm going to lose an aspect. Now, that's just my personal situation. I'm getting a lot of learnings about this, and I'm coming up with strategies to help this. But here's the thing. I've become conscious of it. If I wasn't conscious of that anti-intention, so the thing which I may lose if I achieve this goal of helping millions and millions, unconsciously I'll be self-sabotaging myself. So the fact that I'm conscious of it, it means not only I'm going to make a change, but also I can get my unconscious mind to be aware of this too. So I'm literally letting the unconscious mind become conscious of my desires and begin to integrate myself for a solution by preserving learnings. So that's one example there. I mean, other examples are, you see this all the time, people wanting to be superstars on TV or on be like a singer. You get these people going on to reality TV shows for the fame. Now, a lot of the times, whether it be reality TV shows or singers and so on, they can't handle the fame because sometimes they lose privacy. They don't have the freedom that they once had when they were unknown. So they may have all this fame and fortune, but there's an anti-intention that we need to be aware of if that's what we want, that it will mean maybe losing your privacy. It might mean losing some friends because of that, unable to relate to your present situation. So if you're going for a goal, you need to be consciously aware of any unconscious blocks. And ultimately you do that is by thinking, if I get this outcome, what might I lose? What might I gain? So I might lose privacy. Here's one thing for me, by the way, as well. Now, I like to be very open about my life, so I've opened up my Facebook profile so people can subscribe to it. So it does mean I've got to be conscious of who interacts on my Facebook page, like old school friends and so on. So it's got to be appropriate, because to me it's also a business. So I've got to make a change there, which I have done over a long period of time now, in fact. But that's just one of those things. I'm making myself open so people get an insight to my life and my thoughts on life. But it does mean losing that little bit of privacy. So ultimately, I want you to be conscious of, if you get your goal or outcome, what might you lose if you get this? Just consider it. What might you lose? Also, what might you gain? So you might gain, let's say if it was someone wanting fame, they may gain a lot of new friends. But are they the right type of friends? Will they have other agendas? Now, consciously, when we become aware of these, we're allowing the unconscious mind to be aware of them. And here's the thing. With every goal that we get, the chances are there's going to be a buyback to getting that. So a conflict around, if I get this, I might lose an aspect of my life, or it's going to have at least an effect maybe on my health, my relationship, my career, my finances, my privacy, my freedom, all those type of things. When we become conscious of them, so we're literally revealing to the unconscious mind more of this iceberg. So not only are we allowing the tip to know this, but all the deeper unconscious processes. We're becoming at peace with them. See, I'm working on being completely at peace with the knowledge and knowing that I'm not going to be able to interact with everyone who emails me. I've got to be at peace with that. When I become at peace with that, I will start to be able to elevate my game. I'm going to elevate the people who I reach to. So it's just one of those natural things I have to be at peace with. So when you become aware of these things which are stopping you, or maybe not stopping you, but the things which you might lose should you achieve a goal or outcome, you have to work on being at peace with it. Or coming up with a solution, coming up with a middle ground of a strategy which will allow you to deal with that situation when it arrives. So that means when it does arrive, we have the learnings, we have the tools to be able to deal with it. That will please your unconscious mind. It's like you're giving the unconscious mind the reassurance it needs, so it doesn't need to self-sabotage you. It doesn't need to come up with any blocks. It doesn't have to come up with any issues around it, like whether it be anxiety, fear, worry, self-doubt, or any other issue, or even symptoms biologically. When you become at peace with this, or you come up and negotiate a way of how you're going to deal with it, you're telling your unconscious mind, hey, don't worry, we're going to be able to deal with it like this. Or, hey, don't worry, I'm completely at peace with this, and I'm going to be able to deal with it easily and effectively. That is a great way of letting go of any self-sabotaging behaviors, or if you believe in like the law of attraction, if you think of it that way, that think of ourselves as being all energy. We're completely interconnected, so your thoughts are going out there into the world. And your thoughts have to be aligned with where you're heading, right? You've got to be aligned with it to be truly attracting that into your life. But let's just say consciously we're focusing on what we want, and we think, yeah, that's great. But let's just say some of that unconscious energy, or even conscious energy, is going, yeah, but what if this happens? What if I lose my privacy? We're going to be pulling back a bit of that positivity. So we want to be able to make sure all the energy we're sending out there is one of peace, one of alignment. So you're absolutely at peace and alignment, and you've come up with even strategies to be able to deal with anything which may arise. The more you become conscious of all the things which may arise, you're telling yourself, I'm at peace with this. And therefore, when you're sending that energy out, You're sending out pure energy, not that energy of, yeah, I really want this, but unconsciously your body's saying, well, I'm not quite sure because I might lose something. When you're at peace with it, you're expanding even your energy out into the world, and therefore you're attracting more back into your life. Now, even if you don't believe in the law of attraction, that's fine. Think about it this way. Wherever you put your attention, your brain looks for more. When you learn a new word, you begin to see it everywhere. When you decide to get a new car, you begin to see that car everywhere. It's a part of the brain which does that for you. Anything which is familiar is start to look out for. So let's put it this way. If you have some of these doubts, your unconscious mind will not see all the things that you want. It will be starting to delete some certain things. Or it's going to delete certain opportunities, or give you some anxiety or worry or doubt when going for a goal. But when you're at peace with anything which may happen should you achieve that goal, any negativity side, being at peace with it, as well as coming up with these strategies and learnings should that situation occur, your unconscious mind will look out for more opportunities. So whether it be the law of attraction or just a general psychology, by being at peace and coming up with learnings and strategies around should anything be negativity, any negative things which may happen should you get the goal, and being at peace with it, your unconscious mind and yourself consciously will be able to be far more focused and aligned. So I hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, it's something I'm presently going through, and go ahead and connect me with this. I mean, I'd appreciate any advice maybe on facebook.com/Joseph Clough, Joseph Clough's fan page, also twitter.com/Joseph Clough. Like I said, life is about becoming at peace with life, flowing with it, becoming one with it, directing it. And the more you're at peace with it, the more you preserve learnings, the more you're going to attract, achieve in your health, your relationships, your career, and your finances. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will speak to you very, very soon. Many thanks and goodbye.